Hello and welcome everyone, this is Blackadder at the RTS League channel number 2. After quite some time we are having actually overlaps, so I'm gonna be using the second channel for the quarterfinals of our Age of Mythology, the Titans Crown League season 29. And it's gonna be of course the second quarterfinals that we're waiting for quite some time between KeeN and Emperors of Mythology. That should be quite a decent matchup, and it seems that we are slowly getting ready for the first game. That is gonna be the home map for the KeeNs. For the KeeNs, everything seems to be set up on my side, so hopefully everything is gonna be working fine. GLHF, everybody seems to be kinda okay. Creativo, aka Nino, you can also know him under his name, is having some kind of spikes in there, but he was fine in the game room, so hopefully it's not gonna be bad. And the players are gonna be able to play, because, yeah, we have even had to set up an admin time for them, because their scheduling just wasn't going anywhere at all, even though they were all active. And you can see, bit of admin action, and we are having the match on our hands just right about now. So the first map is gonna be Mediterranean, chosen by KeeNs. That is definitely an interesting choice, considering they're playing against EoMs who are represented by basically former TBL like Metallo and Gold Lion, who are quite skilled on playing Mediterranean. So it's gonna be a choice in here, as you have a bit of a legs in there for Creativo. Hopefully, yet again, it's gonna be getting a bit better than what could have been suggested by the game room in there. Well, we'll see pretty soon if players are gonna be complaining or not. The civilizations are gonna be what? Tidula Sign, aka Flame or Bubble. Well, he's having plenty names across the communities. He's gonna be playing Oranos. Gold Lion is gonna be Zeus, then Creativo, aka Nino as Isis. Omega X Blast Zeus, of course. Metal Hades, kinda of course as well. And more is gonna be playing Oranos. So double Oranos with... who is the last one? Zeus against Zeus, Isis and Hades. Oh well, I'm definitely liking EoM's combination a bit more, but the two Oranoses are not really that bad, and they could be making something happen if they actually will be protecting their Zeus Omega X Blast as much as they can, because he's gonna be the most crucial player for the game. Because, of course, the opponents are having the Zeus and Hades, and in that case, kinda double underroll passages that gonna be quite crucial, and especially double restorations, which is gonna be helping them on the water quite significantly. Yeah, right now see a bit of questions, but just basically reminding everybody that I am on 2 minutes delay, or rather stream delay, so I'm gonna be responding a bit later to potential questions. And Creativo, any good? Yes, he is definitely very good. He is quite a capable Egyptian. We have seen that in the previous rounds for EoMs, and I'm definitely confident that he is fitting the team quite well, and we should be having quite a good game on our hands. First relic that is gonna be gathered by him is actually for better villages farming rate. It's gonna be very important for the later game, of course, as farms are gonna be coming into the gameplay for everybody. Another relic is gonna be coming at the backside for a bit of favor, nothing really all that great. And then faster myth unit training time and whatever for Toxotai and chariots and whatnot. This is actually a very good relic, and it is next to Omega X Blast, next to Zeus, and next to Gold Lion. Well, that could be kind of interesting for both of them to be having better Toxotai, but of course it would be a whole lot better if it went for Metallo in the pocket, which is... this is definitely a scary position for the opponents, for KeeNs, because Metallo in the pocket, that is definitely something to be scared about and of. Because we have already seen in previous seasons that once he gets this position, his boom is usually quite dangerous and very hard to actually overcome. Well, so far it seems like that everything is going according to plan. The docks seem to be positioned quite fine for all of the players. Not really any kind of issue. You can see Gold Lion already apparently preparing for second knockabout here. Yeah, it seems that's gonna be basically the theme for him. And well, for the opponents it seems to be the same. Maybe More could have built the dock somewhere differently, but he's probably right now expecting the dock in there as well, in the rightish position in here. So for the starting position, could have been slightly better, of course, but it's not gonna be anything all that bad. It's just basically thinking ahead a bit, and let's see how that's gonna be working out. In the meantime, this is definitely very curious. This is very curious indeed by Creativo, as he's basically going all the way, almost up to actually Flame's base. That's very, very gutsy by him. He's gonna be even seeing what his opponent is going to be doing there, as we had 3 minutes, so players should be clicking into advances in there. That's of course standard positioning, but already the stealing of the fishes in there is gonna be a bit of an issue. Nothing really all that major, as he's having a few of them on the left side, and there's gonna be something in the middle, but yeah, this is basically just telling you that Creativo is not really someone to be underestimated at all. Okay, so what else is of course gonna be happening here? Well, so far he's having plenty of piggies everywhere. So of course Omega X Blast is right now going through the bottom side in here, and well, there is a relic that I, for example, haven't looked at, and that's for better Hypaspis, Carrier Ballista, and especially the Hypaspis and the X-Men in there. These X-Men are gonna be quite important for the Egyptian, because that is a unit that they are quite want to use in certain situations. Though against an Atlantean, usually Spearmen are slightly better, but I can definitely see the X-Men being used against potential destroyers a bit later. Well, for example, the gold positions and TC positions, they don't seem to be in the water range. Neither of them. Yeah, this is not in the water range either. So it seems like that the water is actually not gonna be that crucial. It's gonna be helping in the game. But if the battle is gonna be coming across 10 minutes, then the importance of the water is definitely gonna be falling. As basically both teams should be having quite enough bonuses already gathered from there into kickstarting their economy, as the 3 Athenas are of course coming in at pretty much the same time, going for the same build order, and 20% of all hit points. That's not really that bad. Yeah, well, there is a bit of that, but I mean, like, it's like the players weren't playing a game that is peer-to-peer for years, and they still complain, so, like, what's the point? What's the point in that, just being annoying and obnoxious? There's absolutely no point. So, I don't really think it's really that bad, as maybe more could be making it out to be, so, yeah, it's just more being more, pretty certain about that. But he's going for the second TC, which is definitely interesting start to the game. Very interesting, because that's usually not something that happens on the water battles, because you need plenty of resources for actually doing something. Started something on the water. That's gonna be of course slowing him down, and maybe he's just not really going to be coming for it all that much. He's going for second dock, so at least that might be some kind of signal that he's gonna be coming in there a bit later. But definitely curious what's gonna happen. Let's see if More is gonna be establishing some kind of new meta or whatnot with his second TC so early on Mediterranean. That's really, I have to repeat it, it's so unusual. Very unusual at this point. As we are waiting for some kind of reasonable battles, because so far on the lab, Gold Lion and Omega X Blast are having kind of the same amount of boats, so they're not really all that interested in some big engagements. You can see a bit of kiting also going on by Teal. As on the right side, it seems that actually Flame is gonna be having a bit of fun with Metal, sending all of those boats flying, as finally More is gonna be joining up, and it seems at this point that actually it might be just enough, as I don't really see Creativo just joining yet, because he's just now advancing at about 6 minutes. So even though he's gonna be having very strong economy, it could be offset by the second TC coming up by More, even though at this point it's still very slowly coming up and still not there. So that basically the villager not gathering plenty of resources in all this time, so it's gonna be kind of compounding all of that. So still the judgment is out if this is gonna be useful or not. But yeah, well, definitely nice to see something a bit different. And yep, that's what we want to see in high level team plays, which is exactly what RTS League playoffs are. Okay, so going still forward, we just basically waiting for Creativo to actually join in with some first cabinets. He's having so many docks, as you can see. So many docks, but he's already been put off in there, as of course Restoration will be cast on the left side with a bit of bolt help, and is Gold Line gonna be bolting as well? Or has he bolted? No, he hasn't. So he's basically right now keeping it, and maybe he should have bolted as well, because at this point, this one extra bolt is actually resulting into Red having to retreat, so that's actually very nice. Nice little play, what one bolt can actually do. Bit of a scouting through the little Promethean as the Minotaur is catching after him. But otherwise, on the water, finally Green is joining in full, and it's going to be a 2v2. With two strong economies, or rather strong. More's economy is not strong yet. He needs to fight for a bit longer, for his stronger economy to actually kick in with the second TC. But in the meantime, of course, the Egyptian is going to be a whole lot stronger, so this is gonna be an opportunity for EoMs to come forward and somehow even try to claim the water maybe in full. It's gonna be very interesting to decide for actually KeeNs what to do right about now, because Moore's later engagement, it was meaning that Flame was losing a few more bows than he was actually ready for. So let's see how this is gonna be working out for them in the longer run. But in the meantime, we see a bit of scouting, and not really that much of a scouting. He's already coming for the second TC right now, Flame. And oh well. This is actually right now already going to be a third TC for Flame. And I'm liking this. I'm really liking this a lot, because this is something a bit different, and this might be catching the opponents off guard, EoMs off guard significantly, that it might actually be something they won't be able to come back from. Because right now they're fully concentrated on the water, and they're not really winning it. They're not really been in it. You can see that on the left, Omega X Boss is doing damn good job against Gold Lion. He's definitely right now pushing him. And it's also needing Metallo's assistance, which is of course gonna be opening an opportunity on the right side for Flame with more to come forward, try to deal some kind of blow to Creativo. Well, but still, right now, Teal will have to retreat, and there is still one restoration left for Metallo, which is exactly right now waiting for a situation like this. So he will have to of course retreat and wait for some reinforcements from Yellow, which is right now exactly going in there. As the monkey is looking quite forlornly, and right now turning around to actually have a first row seat into the battle. That's very nice for him to see, of course. But otherwise, yeah, well, so far it's dividing quite surprisingly into 2 1v1s. Or not. Oh, well, Gold Lion kinda messed up a bit here. He can still come back, but right now restoration is definitely needed, because this was definitely a 2 versus 1, which is always a critical moment on water battles in here. So 3 TCs finished for Flame, 2 still for more champion, and otherwise across the map we don't see second TCs all that much, just for Gold Lion, who is thinking that he definitely needs to catch up, and he's not wrong. He is not wrong, and without the God powers, this is gonna be a very interesting battle, because so far I kinda see EoMs winning. Especially because the yellow boats, even though you can see the numbers, they are not really stronger. They're weaker, of course, than the other boats. And much more importantly, all those maneuvers by more, where the boats are not doing anything at all, that's just basically sacrificing Omega X Blast right about now. So they probably, at least now, giving up on the water. You can see that even Flame has lost on the right, and that's not much of a surprise, to be honest, since he has invested into those 2 TCs. But, well, they have basically play their cards, and they're gonna be hoping that their faster switch into land is gonna be enough. And since they are fighting exactly about into the 10 minutes, it's definitely not bad. It's definitely not bad, because... what I want to say, because... yeah, I'm right now completely lost my track, goddammit. Oh man. Yeah, right now I remembered. Because once you fight for the water long enough, actually importance of winning it is going down. The most important part of water is basically the first minutes up until the about 10 or whatnot, because that's when you are getting the secondary economy and boosting you up into all the booms. But right now already EoMs, or rather their opponents' KeeNs, are pretty much switched. They have already switched into the land battles in there, and they're gonna be getting the economies from their point forward in there. So it could be working for them. It could be working for them in the long run. In the meantime, Teal was trying to get a TC. Unfortunately, he has been encountered by his opponent, by Gold Lion, so that is actually quite a significant fail at this point. He's gonna be losing a front TC, not able to finish it. That is a significant issue. Significant issue slowing him down, which is potentially gonna be resulting into Gold Lion having an upper hand. But the water, yeah, that's pretty much done. Just gonna be a bit of raiding by more. But otherwise, he's already at 3 TCs, working on that. And of course... Flame gonna be trying to steal a front. Steal a front from Creativo. And that's gonna be succeeding, because Creativo is not exactly going for that part of the map yet. And it's gonna be, of course, 3 TC for Metallo, and everybody is at 3 TCs, but 4 TCs are also gonna be attempted to be stolen on the left side. But with the 2 heroes, that is gonna be stopped as well, because we don't have any ceasefires. Absolutely any ceasefires in here at all, and this is right now gonna be resulting into a bit of a flying day, and Jason is gonna be dying as well, because the bolts are gone, and there's not gonna be anything else to do about this. So, interesting attempt, but of course right now, Gold Lion is not gonna be successful either. He's gonna be killing at least one of those villagers. Yeah, or not. He could be sent one of them flying. He should be getting right next to actually getting his extra attack. It should be already coming up. Kind of interesting that it isn't. Yeah, he needs to give up. I was kind of for a moment thinking that maybe it could be an interesting idea to go for the Ancestors, but with having no supporting army in there, just now growing up, can see the archer ranges and the stables in here for the Zeus. This, yeah, would be a bit hard with the 2 heroes in there. And let's switch into the left side or the right side, where, even though right now Creativo is discovering what is actually going to happen, he's gonna be a bit too late. And yep, oh well. Well, if I have ever seen wasted Ancestors, this is exactly that. No army, hero oracles in there, even more heroes coming up with the Murmilos, and oh, this hurts. He was probably right now reacting and hoping that he can even stop it before it finished, but he was just a bit too late, and those Ancestors are incomplete and utter waste. That's a significant god power to lose. significant god power to lose altogether, even though he's of course gonna be killing at least the heroes in there, so that is some kind of value. Here he's not gonna be achieving anything else at all, and it seems that yellow with blue are gonna be quite fine in dealing with this problem. On the left side though, the TC from Omega X Blast is not finished, and there's gonna be another counter attempt by Gold Lion to take it for himself, and it's really looking like that Omega X Blast is gonna be resorting into a bit of a defense. Because at this point, he is basically right now giving up on it, and he's gonna be just trying to slow down any kind of advance that Gold Lion will be attempting to make against him. It's almost looking like that actually Metal might be interested in actually joining him as well, which is not really making all that much of a sense, as the double is coming through the right side, and he should have already seen the few Murmilos in there. So I'm quite curious what's gonna happen in here, as the middle is up, siege works are gonna be up as well, as is gonna be the market. So that is already kind of telling us that Creativo might be thinking about Mythical Age as well. Right now the third ages are coming up, more into Hecate. Well, he did have the second TC very fast up. Theia for Flame, and of course for Metal the Apollo. Okay, plenty of ages are coming up, and everything seems to be ready, especially for this guy, and for the Underworld Passage about here, trying to steal a few TCs. But of course the opponents are gonna be having two of them as well, and this is actually very nicely played right now by Omega X Blast, as those towers are gonna be stopping the attack in its tracks quite fully, and he kinda needs to protect the gold for as long as possible, because I don't exactly think there are all that many gold mines. You can see one behind the bases in there. Yeah, maybe there could be something in the darkness, but that's about it. 45 TCs, right? Already for more. Yes, he is having already 45, and this is actually looking very good for KeeNs. This is actually looking very promising, the right side for them. He's already switching into Kontarai, and I'm really liking this kind of gameplay. Very aggressive one by KeeNs, and I'm not entirely certain that Creativo is gonna be all that set up for this. And Metallo, even though he is sending units a bit more to the left, he should be so much preparing for the right battlefield, because this double is gonna be one hell of a double. And since they don't have ancestors anymore, then yeah, they are not gonna be having any kind of help at all. Oh man. Oh man, that's gonna be kinda hard. Especially right now with the Tartarian Gate being used, so that's gonna be probably used somewhere about here. Right in the middle of the trade route, next to the TC. So there's gonna be actually plenty of villages dead at this point. Yeah, they're being sent there, but they are already jumping out, and 3 of them are gonna be killing the villages, so yeah, this is gonna be actually quite costly to the economy, and slowing down Metallo, which is exactly what KeeNs right now need, as Metallo is a pretty big threat at this point. Killing all of them, send them flying, exactly. Oh well, this is not working as Metallo was hoping. Yep, most definitely not, as of course right now he's even retreating with the heroes and whatnot, which is not gonna be all that great. And I just, yeah, looking right now at Omega X Blast, 2 TCs against 4 TC Gold Lion. But yeah, he's not gonna be coming anywhere all that much, and at this point I'm kinda thinking that he might be actually ready in himself for jumping into Mythic and some kind of Underworld Passage somewhere about here. You can see Metal having the Katascopost in there as well, and basically protecting himself, or rather, basically switching the battlefield behind the opponents. That could definitely be going on in there. As right now Blue Flame is already advancing forward with all the heavy Kontarai. That is already a bit of upgrade in there into Copper Shields. That's gonna be basically Migdol down, and not really any kind of army to speak of. You can see that Green is not ready for this all that much. Maybe he's advancing Mythic. Yeah, he's advancing Mythic, so that's basically the reason for no army. So Son of Osiris is gonna be cast, but is it gonna be enough? Not really certain, because he's right now losing absolutely everything. Plenty of economy on the goal, even though he was already switching somewhere to the left side. I have seen that in there when I was looking at that a bit before. This is a pretty tough moment for him, and yet again, Purple absolutely needs to help in there. He has already finished with the Tartarian Gate finally, but of course those spawns are still very much alive, making life difficult. And yep, finally, here we go, the military academies coming up. In the meantime, on the left side, we're gonna be seeing quite an interesting battle between Omega and his opponent Gold Lion. Because at this point, he's already having heavy Toxotai. Not any other upgrades, but medium Toxotai in here just. And, well, considering that he's having 40 Cs, we might be expecting a bit more actually situation for him. But so far, he's not really all that going for it, and we are gonna be a bit more interested on the battle, or rather in the battle on the right side. So far as I'm looking at the water, not much going on in there, just a bit of extra economy for EoMs. A few boats here and there. There are kinda eating population limit at this point, even though he's just basically trying to make sure that more doesn't come back, which could be a thought for him most definitely. Heavy Kontarai are ready. We are waiting if they are gonna be actually heroes. And with the Lens of Stone, which is so far missing. But of course, this TC raiding could be quite effective. And let's see how that's gonna be working for him. In the meantime, plenty of... I was kind of hoping that it's gonna be actually units. These are gonna be units, but it's donkeys. So yeah, not really anything all that major. Zero Kontarai are already done. They are having the Lens of Stone, so they are kinda ready for going and raiding for the TCs. And Titan is coming up right now for Creativo, which... At this point, looking at all those Kontarai, I don't see how that would survive. I really don't. I really don't see how that could be working. As of course right now he's gonna be killing plenty of everything, trying to deny any kind of favor gathering and even basically going for the upgrade. This is actually a very clever idea right now by Moore. Well played indeed. Can he stop at least this? Copper mail. Oh, just couldn't. Just couldn't. And he's even giving up before killing it. That's a bit of a shame. Could have definitely slowed him down a bit more. But we are looking on the right side where, of course, Son of Osiris is just now gonna be dying. Oh, just now not. Needs a few more hits to actually die in there. But, well, here we go. This is definitely looking very promising for Flame, as he's at 4 TCs, and with the support of Moore, they are doing a great job. But who is also doing a great job is Omega X Blast on the left, because he's at just 2 TCs. And he's basically single-handedly, quite capably holding Gold Line at 4 TCs, and Gold Line is having significant issues actually coming forward. Yeah, well, even though he's right now with Champion Toxotai, he doesn't have the upgrades yet. Just gonna be waiting for, of course, the rest. And Underworld Passage is up, and where are actually the reds going? Here, for the TC, that should be counter Underworld Passage from Omega X Blast. Oh, that's... I don't exactly agree with this placement. You could have placed it behind. That would have been slightly better. And yeah, well, he also needs a bit more heroes, because he needs to deal. He needs to deal, of course, with this Colossus, and towers are gonna be attempted, which is not a bad idea. So, still, this is gonna be plenty more army, of course, by Gold Line, as he's having the extra population limit. So I'm not entirely all that confident that Omega X Blast can stop this just by himself. I'm definitely thinking that Yellow should be making something. Like, for example, this. Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea at all. Where is actually the second? Ah, here it is. So he does have some kind of quick way to go there as well. Finally, Oranos using Sky Passage. Like, thank you. Thank you very much. As of course, there's gonna be also used a Vortex, which is gonna be helping getting rid of the Underworld Passage and saving the DC as well. So that's one Underworld Passage gone for the opponents, for EoMs. And even though KeeN's is also gone, it has to be said that this is gonna be all about the Underworld Passage usage by the opponents at this point, at least so far as how the game is looking. Okay, trying to stop the trade, of course, which is making plenty of sense for Moore, who is having Champion Kontara and actually pretty good upgrades at this point, Bronze, and Copper. That's very well done, as the Titan Gate is being researched by Flame as well, as he's also having a bit of extra raiding in the middle, being pursued by some unupgraded hoplites, who are going up in the upgrades as well. But, well, at the same time, on the left side, there was a bit of a counter attempt by Gold Line to push into Omega X Blast. So Omega Heavy Hoplites, baseline of upgrades, and Champion Toxotai in there, as we are coming for the Titan for Moore, and for Flame at least as well. So this is probably gonna be luring the second Underworld Passage, I'm thinking. Upgrades are coming up for Gold Line also, as well, where is gonna be coming that Underworld Passage, and who is actually gonna be casting it, because you are already looking at a very nice build-up at the very back, which was attempted by Gold Line. That was definitely a nice idea. Unfortunately, his opponents were paying attention, and of course they're gonna be stopping this, but they do have the opportunity from the Underworld Passage number 2. Yeah, this is right now waiting for that. So Pegasus, and from Vents it's gonna come from here. You can see right now purple and red bead at one spot, as they have killed the fortress, which is actually pretty important. And if Omega X Blast is unable to somehow protect the Underworld Passage just now, well, you're gonna see what's gonna happen. But still, Flame does have 2 vortices, so he can potentially help himself a bit more. And well, yeah, just kill this guy. He needs to probably notice him first. Anyway, Teal is having a bit of trade in there as well, as Titan Gate is gonna be started by Creatio as well, in the middle of his base, next to the TC, next to the battlefield. Really? If I ever saw a weird placement, this is definitely it. You can see he's at least trying to lame it with all the towers and whatnot, as we are coming, of course, from that second Underworld Passage by KeeN's. So 2 Underworld Passages into the same spot, and well, the archers from Omega X Blast are here, as is the second Vortex with plenty of Kontarai, which is kinda dangerous, because you can see the hoplites are definitely eating into the Titan Gate. And they are right now gonna be switching, and of course the Dryads are gonna be interestingly switching owners. So far they are right now gonna be helping Gold Lion. If he can have enough gold, apparently not, as he's not clicking them in there all that much, but it seems like that the army that was vortexed in here is gonna be quite plenty enough, especially since the Underworld Passage is gone as well. And the Titan coming on the right side. On the right side in here, as the Kontarai, yep, they're gonna be making a short work of that. Yeah, they're gonna be just plenty of time in there. They should be doing, or rather dealing with that quite fine, as long as they can surround it. So that's one Titan Gate gone. Second Titan Gate seems to be at half health, which at this point it might actually finish, because you can see all the Volian and whatnot should be protecting that quite fully, with the Sentinels being in there as well. So I'm kind of thinking that one is gonna be finishing, but at the same time, those two are up as well, most definitely, and they are gonna be quite a huge issue. Quite a huge issue, because so far Gold Lion, is he coming for it? He's not coming for it, he's coming for Olympic parentage, for better heroes in here, and this Underworld Passage still being active. Yeah, well, kinda shame it's not gonna be used by, of course, by some kind of, how is it called? Oh, god damn it. By the Titan, yeah. As Metal is losing its TC because of the raiding of all the hero Kontarai, and that is gonna be a significant issue right about now for all the players on the EoM team. So Emperors of Mythology are right now in a pretty tough situation. Pretty tough situation indeed, as we are looking at the first of the Titans coming out. Titan Gate for the green player is gonna be out as well. This is gonna be basically 1-for-1. Yeah, it's not gonna be anything else, as the purple army is kinda present here, but it's not doing a whole lot. You can see the army is slowly, very slowly coming back. This is kinda sad to see. This is sad to see, basically, as they are going because of this guy. I think he's the slowest one, and they are coming so slow. Just basically send him alone, and you could have been already here, like half a minute ago. As another Titan is gonna be made, that's gonna be by Omega X Blast, and here we go with this one, coming down from the heavens. So Horus himself is going to be joining the battlefield, apparently, as of course the hero Kontarai are just gonna be trying to deal with the TCs. And he is switching from Metallo, which I think is a good idea, because Metallo is gonna be just hard to take down, with being Hades, having all the extra upgrades and all the extra hit points. So goodbye TC for Metallo, or rather for Gold Lion, and this could be opening a significant opportunity for Omega X Blast, because it's gonna be leveling the field at least a bit. You can see this is actually where the battlefield was when we started, with the battle on the left side, so you can see how much problems Gold Lion is having pushing through Omega. So very well played, Omega X Blast, very well played indeed. And I'm just gonna wait in when there's gonna be some kind of attempt at landing. There was an attempt to come back from Omega X Blast on the water, but just some kind of transport in the middle in here, finish this, and there could still be some kind of problem coming up for your opponents. At this point, this Titan coming to the right side, he's gonna be joining with this one, and I'm kinda thinking that the yellow Titan is gonna be coming left. Just basically to deal with the situation in there, because it's a bit more dire. The situation on the right side seems to be more or less kinda right now tight. So don't expect any kind of problems all that much, especially since Gold Lion is gonna be a bit on the ropes. Because at this point he's gonna be losing plenty of population limit, and it doesn't seem to be really ready for that all that much. And gold is gonna be running out as well. You can see the gold mines are not really big anymore. And that will be another theme for this game. Even Wonder, really. Wonder being prepared right now by Flame, but to be honest, I don't think that's needed all that much. I think with the extra Titan, extra 2 Titans at this point, extra 2 Titans for KeeNs, they should be winning anyway, because the game is very much tight. Very much tight, and it's kind of funny how they are avoiding each other. But right now green should be even winning against the green one. Come on, can you get one extra hit? Yes. Oh, and right now that's an issue. Come on, get away. Don't just basically slow him down by bad pathing. This is already a big problem, of course, as the Titan on the left side is gonna be Kerberos coming from the underworld, from Hades to join with the battle. And yep, this is gonna be just signaling even worse time coming for Metallo. Well, this Titan is almost up as well. Almost up as well, as the Wonder is also being made. So at this point, if he's even gonna be leaving him for defense, which I don't think is a clever idea at this point, because there's no point. There's literally no reason to do that, as he's gonna be crouching, or rather crawling out of, also under the ground or whatever, this Kronos Titan. Well, Still plenty of heroes trying to kill the TCs as they can, as Goldline is trying to rebuild them quite desperately. He's succeeding in that. He's having all the upgrades. He's having, yep, absolutely everything in that. But it doesn't seem to be really all that enough. We go back to the Titan fight, which is gonna be convincingly won by Flame, because he got some extra shots above the Green Titan. You can see he's even survived 1500 hit points. And they were at the same health about here. That's very well played by Flame. Very well played. As unfortunately, Creativo, yeah, well, he let himself get the better of himself. That probably wasn't good English all that much. But at the same time, they are coming forward, and the Helipoli, they will be in a bit of an issue with catapults as well, because the TC is down. And if actually right now, Creativo can get that, that might be signaling another important part of the game, as the Wonder is just about now finished for the players of the KeeN team. So, Titan of course coming to the left side, one of them, or is he? Where is the Titan? Where are the Titans? Goddammit. Oh, they're actually all coming to the right. This is a surprise. This is a surprise I don't understand all that much, but it's gonna be funny. It's gonna be damn funny. All three Titans at one spot. Please survive a bit longer. I want to see that. I so want to see that, but I'm not liking it. I'm really disliking it actually quite a lot. One of those Titans should have stayed on the left side, even though right now Omega X Blast seems to be doing a pretty good job somehow defending his way and staying in this position. It's damn close to his TC, and I'm kind of thinking they're gonna be regretting this position. They might be really regretting this, because this cannot be held all that much by the teal player, as all the three Titans are right now fighting on one battlefield, even apparently taking a bit of a timeout, dealing with the boats in here, as this one is gonna be dying fairly soon to the Helipoli. That's a pretty great unit against Titans. Yep, so one is dead. But yeah, well, still, two are continuing, and they are very much alive. And they are coming ever forward, trying to deal with all the buildings, and of course with the town centers as well. Oh, he doesn't have masons. He doesn't have masons and architects. That's... oh, well, that's a shame. It's gonna be making job a whole lot easier for the Titan. Quite of course, as this TC is still very much kind of free for the taking, which is at this point quite a success for KeeNs. Because it cannot come down for EoMs, because if it does, then it's an issue. But if it doesn't, it's just gonna be waiting for Flame to pick it up yet again, as those units, heavy chariots in there being bronze and bronze, that is unfortunately not gonna be good enough, as yellow is already fully upgraded, almost. You can see he's missing the last mail. And blue player, how's he looking for him? Champions in there, but he is also missing some kind of attack in there, so upgrades are missing all across the board. Still could be a few more that would be built. As the Titans are coming ever forward, I'm entirely certain what this is gonna be about. Yeah, he's gonna be getting the hit into them. Can't really do a whole lot of damage into them in the end. As they are moving ever forward, trying to kill the TC yet again, as Perseus will attempt to do something with the Titan, which is of course not gonna be all that huge. In the meantime, of course, on the left side, you have the Titan coming in there from Omega X, but I just... at this point, if it's gonna be a game-losing mistake for them, then that's gonna be very disappointing after such a performance as they have actually showed in this game. But, well, we'll see. We'll see plenty soon enough, I'm guessing, because this is really a pretty tough situation right now for Omega. He really cannot handle the situation all that much. 2 versus 4 TCs in this late game, with everybody being upgraded, just not going to work. As the Titan is coming forward, but they are just killing Metal, and at the same time they are not advancing fast enough. You can see they are absolutely not advancing, they are still fighting on one spot. So, oh, okay, this is different, this is a good idea, I'm liking this. I'm definitely liking this, because so far as it was going, I wasn't all that optimistic that even the Wonder could be surviving at this point, because all it takes is gonna be, yet again, some kind of... exactly, some kind of landing, and this is very nice thinking right about now by KeeNs, as they are fully recognizing that landing is the next chance for EoMs to take down the Wonder, and he needs to wall up absolutely everywhere, and well, he's doing a pretty good job of that, but he needs to improve it a bit here, because there is a hole, and there is a hole as well, so needs to improve on that. At any rate, on the left side, plenty of towers coming up for Goldline, that's nicely played by him. Very well done, as he's patiently coming forward, but of course, he's still having quite enough time, 6 minutes 20, and that's enough to get onto the Wonder in there, as he is gonna be getting extra population limit, quite probably from this TC, because I don't exactly see how this could be in the long run, actually working for Omega X Blast. He's down to 1 TC, as the Titans are just basically trying to keep the TCs down for both Metal and Creativo, which is not really working all that much, and for Gold Line as well. So that's 1 TC down, as the Titan is at about 5,000 hit points. Finally, Flame is gonna be taking the TC, but just one villager? Like, really? You need a TC as soon as possible, and you send one villager? Please. This is like... I'm kind of thinking that KeeNs are a bit more thinking that they are having plenty of time because of the Wonder, but I wouldn't be that confident if actually they knew what's going on, especially on the left side, as this TC is gonna be captured right now by Gold Lion, so he's gonna be back to 4. He's gonna be all up to actually Gold Line, or rather, not Gold Line, Omega X Blast, to somehow develop himself in the middle. Try to keep this TC down. Come on, you need some Hellfly and Petrobola. And yeah, exactly, this is the issue. You don't have the town centers. You don't have the population limit to even do anything with this. And that's because you, for some obscure reason, send the Titan to the other side. It was a fun idea. It was a fun idea and still could work. But I kinda guessing that really optimization would be a bit different. But well, that just happened, as of course all those 4 heroes. Yeah, this is actually a nice fight. All 4 heroes against the Kerberos in here, and he cannot really get out, but he needs to... Come on, he needs to get rid of some of the buildings in here. The TC is at least not coming up, which should be some kind of advantage for more with Flame, but unfortunately they're not really doing a good enough job of the advance, sorry. But Flame in the meantime is already having this population limit coming up, and here we go with the Vortex, and it's coming... Oh well. Oh well, it's coming here, and that's... Oh, that's a bit of an overreaction. Oh, not just this? With the Sky Passage being in there. Well, don't exactly like that all that much. That's not really all that ideal, and this blocking of the trade, that is actually pretty big problem at this point. Much more significant than anything else, but yeah, well, they were keeping attention, or they're paying attention. As right now the build-up at the bottom seems to be working, as they are trying to attack all the military buildings, and Omega X Blast is trying to basically do this. As of course, on the left side, he's not doing anything all that major, even though the TC is finished, but where is gonna be the population from Gold Lion, who is at 5 TCs. Right now, Creativo is at 0, as those two Titans are kinda just basically chilling in his base, trying to keep him out of the game altogether. But with the army from Metal, it seems that they are having quite significant issues dealing with this, especially since Flame basically vortexed all his army somewhere to the back, and it seems that they are basically giving up on any kind of attacks, and will be just basically waiting for the downtime on the Titan, or rather on the Wonder in here. Interesting choice. I'm kind of thinking that at this point, even if the Wonder wasn't there, they should be really winning. I really think that the Wonder shouldn't be necessary, and probably it's skewing the gameplay a bit. And yeah, maybe also the reason why they went with the Titan so weirdly. So this is gonna be just up to them. And are there any kind of use of God powers? Absolutely not. You can see more left with, with 1 Valor, which is not gonna be used at all. And yeah, with all the wall in, this is just not gonna be working, I'm afraid, for EoMs. This is right now looking quite promising for KeeNs. For KeeNs, you can see plenty of army from Omega X Blast, who is just basically trying to keep things alive in there. Even though he already failed, he has been losing all of that, and unfortunately he doesn't have villages here anymore either. Well, he could be probably just killing those, or at least doing something with them, because right now it's not doing anything at all. As we are looking at the town centers being recaptured by the green player, by Creativo at 2, and he's probably gonna be hoping to get the 3rd as well. Yeah, he will right now get the 3rd. As 2 minutes, that's actually plenty of time still. So I'm kinda thinking maybe they've just basically given up on the attacking a bit too soon. Right now it's gonna be all about sending plenty of Hellfly in by the green players, and it might be just working. They just need to somehow finish with the wall in and try to defend the water. So Mediterranean, it starts with water fight, and it ends with water fight as well. It's ending with the water fight as well. So, well, here we go. This is gonna be all about basically producing as many military buildings here as well. I'm kinda thinking that this is not gonna be fast enough, the advance on the right side, because there are just too many buildings and the TC and whatnot. So, not really anything all that huge. As on the left, of course, there is an advance forward, and yep, those guys, those dudes are definitely a danger. They are a very real danger, those Gastraphites. or Gastrafetes, as they might be really quite an issue, but at this point, at 1 minute 15, it seems to be basically done, as they're not gonna be getting close enough, looking at all these heavy defenses. But even though this is probably gonna be called a wonder win, I have to say, I'm pretty sure that KeeNs should be winning, even without the wonder. They were so much ahead, and they spent so many resources into the wonder and whatnot that I'm thinking they would be even playing differently. Maybe even the Titan would be staying on the left side if they didn't really go for the wonder win from them. I think they went for it from the very start when they started with it. But otherwise, well done. Well done indeed. And at this point, at 40 seconds, yeah, that's quite an interesting game that we had on our hands. And those Gastrafets, even though they are coming in there, they're just not gonna be fast enough. But good game. Actually, very good game all around. And quite worthy of the quarterfinals. Yep, it was a pretty good game, and as I said, I have to repeat, I really think that even without the wonder, this game would have been coming for KeeNs, or at least should have been. Kinda careful about the would have been, because there were some kind of questionable decisions, especially with the Titans. They definitely weren't great, but yeah, this is gonna be resulting into the victory of KeeNs on their home map, and we're gonna be waiting for home map of EoMs. So GG. GG. And after 37 minutes, we are knowing the victor of the first game. Nice game indeed. Somebody salty. I'm gonna be having a nice video for that. Oh, of course, of course. Let's just not do that. Just embarrassing himself in there. He could have seen how the game was going. Definitely KeeN, sir. The closer to victory, wonder or no wonder. Let's see how it goes in the second game. If there is some kind of backing to the claims of EoMs or not. Well, we're gonna be seeing about that. Of course, quite a nice boom by Metal. Unfortunately, he couldn't really do anything with that. To be honest, as much as he's speaking in there, he wasn't really that important in the game. He wasn't important at all, as I was expecting. So a whole lot more important player was actually Gold Lion on the left side, but still they were able to hold him. 2 TCs versus 4 TCs, and Gold Lion just couldn't break through until Omega X Blast was basically out of population limit because of the Titan. That was the moment when he started losing. So talk about not seeing things through the objective perspective in there for EoMs a bit. But maybe when they watch the recorded game, they're gonna be seeing things a bit better. A bit better in there. But still, it was a really good game. A really good game indeed. So much salt. So much salt everywhere. Yeah, nice economies in there, but what good did it them? Not much. GG.